Hello, everybody. Grady Polcyn here, Family First Life America. Happy to be on here with you. Very excited for you guys who are watching this right now. This means that you have big goals. You want to build a team. You're selling, and you see the upside of creating something with Family First Life that is above and beyond just an insurance producer, but someone who still sees the upside of introducing this business to other people. Someone who sees the upside of growing and creating a business. You know, Sean's got a very tough line. He says that if you don't build a team, you will sell insurance till the day you die. Now, some people just want to sell life insurance, and I love them, and I'm grateful for them, and we love all of them. But some of us have the bigger vision and saying, hey, I've gotten pretty good at selling. I love working with people. How about I put myself in a position where I can introduce this to other people and earn 5%? And that's what we want to cover today. I've got a couple guest speakers on here as well. I'm going to introduce them in a second, but I wanted to have you understand the mindset. And there's going to be a lot to cover. So what I want to challenge you right now is make it through this whole thing. Make it through this whole thing. Watch it a couple times. Review the attached PowerPoint. Review the attached slides. Go through the notes on this, because if you want to build a business, if you want to earn an extra $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month in passive overrides from your team that you're going to learn how to create, this is the training for you. Okay, so I'm very excited about this. I'm excited to kind of go through this in detail, how to hire, how to recruit, if you will, and how to build a team. So let's jump into it. All right, what we're going to cover. We're going to cover where to recruit, how to convert someone as a recruit, and then how to get agents contracted fast. All right, I want to kind of go through this with you real quick. Andrew Carnegie, with a great quote. I was reading, listening to some podcasts recently, and this came across my ears, and I wanted to share with you. And it goes like this. It says, at one point, he had 43 millionaires working for him. And in the late 1800s, a millionaire was a very rare person. So a reporter asked Carnegie, said how he had hired 43 millionaires. And Carnegie responded that those men had not been millionaires when they started working for him, but had become millionaires as a result. The reporter's next question was, how did you develop these men to become so valuable to you that you have paid them this much money? Okay, how did that happen? Carnegie replies like this, and he says that the men are developed the same way gold is mined. When gold is mined, several tons of dirt must be moved to get to a single ounce of gold. But one doesn't go in the mine looking for dirt, one goes in looking for gold. So what is the concept here? It means we've got to move some dirt. We're going to run through some people that say they want to do something, they're not going to do it. We're going to talk to people that are going to tell us they're going to be great and they'll never buy leads. We're going to talk to some people, they're going to tell us how great they were and they're never going to do anything. But if you keep going, you keep moving the dirt, you're going to find the gold. That's what the goal is here. That's what we're excited about. Okay. So we've got some guest trainers here on today. Julius Gilgur, Vice President, his team in a recent month at 189,600. Jordan Lowery, Vice President, did 159,631. And Vom Steeg, Senior Sales Manager, team in a recent month at 101,572. You guys on here? Can you say hi to everybody? Hey there.
Hello. Hey, what's going on, guys? Excited to be on here.
Perfect. We got Jordan, Al, and Julius here. We're all excited to kind of go through this material. We've been studying, we're working on it together. So dig into this. There's 4 of us here going to pour into you. So let's get started. Our team, FFL America, over the past 2 years has basically gone from a single agent of 1, just myself, Grady Polcyn, all the way up in 24 months to a team. We look at 2018 of January, did 14,786. It was just me, an agent of 1. 12 months later, with hard work, selling a lot, recruiting consistently with the tips and trainings that we're going to give you right now today, we grew to 31 agents in 12 months, 170,805 issue paid. Kind of along the lines where a lot of these guys are on right now who are sharing with you. So get excited. When you're watching this here in the future, their businesses have probably most likely exploded from the number that you just saw on the screen 2 slides ago. So 12 months in, FFL America, 31 agents, 170,000. Fast forward 12 more months, a total of 24 months working with Family First Life, their lead program, their elite training, mentorship from the top producers and top agency managers. 24 months in, we had 112 agents and 700,000 issue paid. So if you want to learn how to do this, dig into this training. Here we go. Okay. FFL is exploding, as you've seen. If you've been to any recent events or conventions, we've grown from 58,000 our first year, 82,000, 101,000, 161,000. Our last year was 217,000 issue paid, and on and up and up and up. So here we go. Let's talk about this. So we're talking about recruiting. We're talking about talking to strangers who are strangers, whether you don't know how you come across. They can be strangers. They can be warm market. You're talking to people. Let's be very direct here. And it's understanding recruiting is like dating. And I'm playful with that, but in the sense that just be yourself. Don't be desperate. You don't, and this playful line, you don't have to decide if you want to marry them day one, but you have to decide if you want to date them again. So when you're communicating with people, you're trying to look for, does this person positive? Does this person have a good attitude? Does this person have big goals? Are they just kind of like how many days off a month do I get? When's vacation time? How quick can I take PTO? Are they a middle average person just looking to eke by through life? Or are they someone that you can feel from what they say and the way they're communicating with you that they've got passion, they've got desire, they've got a strong why, they've got a family they're trying to take care of, they've got goals they're trying to accomplish, they got older family they're trying to support, a life they're trying to create, right? So when I'm saying recruiting is like dating, it's the sense that you're not like, hey, Julius, it would be really great if you joined my team and we could work together and I'd make an override off of you. You sound pathetic, right? Some people actually recruit like that. Like people are like, you can join my team. Like, I don't want to join your team. How about I start a business? And how about you coach me because you have success? Like I never tell anybody, you get to join my team. Like it sounds so impersonal, right? When you're dating, you're trying to put on your best self. You're trying to put on your best, your best, put out a good representation of yourself, but you're also talking to someone whom you want to continue with, right? Recruiting is like dating. I mean, do I want to continue to date this person? Do I want to go on more dates with them? Do I want to eventually get married to them? Do I want to have a family with them? And I'm being, facetious in my example here, but what I'm stating the fact is that some of you guys hire people that you never want to talk to again, or not you guys. I mean, this is kind of an all-encompassing training. So if you're brand new to hiring, this is an A to Z sort of training. So some people who are watching this have already been building a team. Some who are watching this have never thought of hiring again. So let me say that a different way. Don't hire people that you hope you never have to talk to again, right? Hire people that you're excited to build a relationship with. Learn about them, right? Do you have to become their best friend? No, but someone that you would enjoy talking to, right? Someone that's appreciative of your experience and success you've had in the business, okay?
Yeah, I think one thing, Grady, that you touch on here that's also really important is one of the things that I found in recruiting that's helped me is finding some kind of common ground with the person, because then you become relatable to them, right? Like we're all kind of looking for a similar thing here at Family First Life: financial stability, freedom, right? The ability to do some really amazing things. And so it's important to find some commonality with folks. Again, you don't have to be their best friend, but if you understand their why and they're doing this for their family and they're doing this to make a change in their life, and it's a similar change that you've made, you've jumped out of corporate America, for example, share that with them, because now it becomes more of a journey together that you guys can embark on, right? And become more of a team atmosphere rather than, I need you. We never want to give the impression that we need them. We want to work with the right people, but we don't necessarily need anyone.
Amen. Amen. Awesome. All right. So let's keep going. So a big thing to understand for yourself, and I know why you're all on here, is because you already sell with us, right? You already sell with us. You want to build, you enjoy the business, but it's important to kind of convey these messages about life insurance as a whole to either warm market, and we're going to get into the different types of places to recruit, but warm market as well as even cold market recruits, because they may not understand how good life insurance is. Like I've got a buddy who's done medical sales for quite some time, and his business has taken a soft turn. He's not doing very well. He's moved into a new state and he's looking for a job in some small town, and he used to make really good money. So I reached out to him and he goes, you know what? I don't really want to sell life insurance. And I'm like, you don't have any idea what you're saying. Like you're saying stupid words right now. Like you've made good money. You don't really want to sell life insurance. That doesn't make any sense. Like you don't know what you're saying no to. Like if I had a wife and children and the financial strength of our household was in jeopardy, I would go sell pest control. I would go sell used cars. I would go door knock for auto glass. I would do whatever it would take to protect my family. So in that, coming full circle, why life insurance? Well, one, life insurance is a fantastic industry. Why? It's a recession-proof industry right now, somewhat of an up economy right now. Unemployment is at an all-time low. Is at an all-time low right now, which means that in this climate of an all-time low unemployment rate, that the fact that we still have 1,000 people a week joining Family First Life is highly credible to our opportunity. So what that means in a sense is that when the market softens, when the market takes a downturn, when the market changes, right? And because it does, right? Ups and downs, ebbs and flows. What does that mean? That we're going to be an even better place for people who want to get started in their own business, who want to get into an entrepreneurial venture, for people who want to do something that removes themselves from the responsibility of being paid by a job, okay? Being paid by someone else, determining their net worth and determining their income. So life insurance is a fantastic industry because of the upside, because we can purchase leads and we can go out there and make as much money as we want. In addition, why life insurance? Contractual guarantees for compensation, right? You've got Mutual of Omaha, we've got America, we've got AmAm, we've got all these great companies. I mean, I can list all the companies, how great they're, but they're contractual guarantees to pay us. Renewals, you can build a team. Overrides are teaching new agents what you've learned, and this is your business. You own this business. It's not Family First Life's business. It's not anyone else's business but your own. It's your business that now you own, and I can, if God forbid something happened to me, my wife can step right in with a life insurance license and take over everything and continue to be paid in our household. She'd be sad and then she'd go shopping. I'm joking there. But yeah, I love life insurance.
Yeah, great. If you don't mind me jumping in real quick, I think one thing that we also want to touch on here is if you look at where we are in our world and how the world is shifting and how the world is adapting to millennials. What are millennials looking for, guys? Millennials are looking to have freedom. Millennials are looking to be anywhere they can be to work, right? They don't want to be tied to a desk. They want to have some flexibility, right? And I think a lot of people want that nowadays. That's important, right? And I think the other thing that when you talk about why life insurance, it's, to me, I think the lowest cost of entry in any business you can get into. Where else can you get into a business by going to get a license for $200, buying a batch of lead? You're in it for, say, $1,000, and within days you're turning that and making that into 4, 5, 6x your money, if not greater. There's no other place to do that. You have the freedom, the flexibility, and then the low cost of entry. I mean, where else can you start a business for basically $1,000 having leads and you're making money right away?
I don't know, Benny. You're correct, 100% correct. So this is part of the thing in recruiting and hiring. When you're talking to people in society or you're talking to potential recruits who respond to your ads, is conveying the power and value of owning a life insurance-based business and what it can do for you, just like we covered. So I just wanted to make sure we touch on that because it's so gosh darn good. And we're in the middle of it sometimes that we forget to go, hey, other people don't understand this thing that we're in and how good it is. So, all right. So here's some things, and I want Jordan to jump in here now, and I want him to kind of cover what we're talking about with a warm market approach, because Jordan has done such a fantastic job growing his team pretty much, I think 100% warm market or levels of warm market. But just kind of the purpose of a warm market approach is there's nothing better than succeeding with people you love and care about. So I mean, pass it to Jordan. Jordan, you out there, my man?
Yeah, I'm on here. I think the biggest thing with warm marketing is just taking that approach and having that belief and mindset, just like Julius talked about, is there really is no better business. Like this isn't network marketing where a new agent's bragging about making $400 their first month in the business, right? Like we have agents and we have team members on our team who are going out in their first week or first month or second month in the business, making upwards of $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 a week. And the barrier to entry in this business is just unbelievable. So I think the fact of it comes off of it's just a mindset. And if you're not sharing this with every single person, like I went through a drive-through today when I was out in the field after my second appointment, and I literally handed my business card to the girl in the drive-through. because who wants to work for $15, $20, $18, $12, $30 an hour? I never wanted someone to label me an hourly employee, and I've never had the time freedom that this has given me to be able to work in 15 states, to be able to go to California, make money, to be able to go to Colorado, make money, go to Oregon, make money, go anywhere I want and make money. And so I think it just comes from a standpoint, if you're not sharing this with people, you're being selfish. There's no better opportunity in business and in sales, and where you're bringing real value to clients. You're not just out there selling vacuums or something you don't believe. This is the ultimate product and someone that everyone can get behind. And so I just want to touch on that. And so what I do to really focus on that is I think about the people that have worked in serving jobs, who have worked in maybe customer service or jobs where they have worked with people and they have upside potential or want something more. If they want greater gain in their life, I will do whatever it takes to teach them, to help them teach their warm market to do the same thing.
It's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. Okay, so let's just jump into some of the notes here. So, entrepreneur marketplace, there's a lot of things, right? Immediate personal commissions. I mean, that's things a lot of people are looking for. I need to make now money, right? You're broke, you're stressed out, bills are due. What you need, people need now money. So the ability to make immediate personal commissions on your own sales is huge when talking to people, right? You can just like Julius and Jordan are talking about, you can go make now money. That's what we were saying to our more market friends, the ability to grow a team and create long-term stable residual income. We know a lot of people that have done bigger entrepreneurial ventures. I mean, not everybody has been in Amway and Mary Kay and Herbalife and stuff, but there are a lot of people that have been. And a lot of people get that sort of that emotional memory of, hey, I tried to do that thing back in the day, but I wasn't able to get it off the ground. And you show them here, well, you can build a team here. There's some people that are scared to death of building a team. And that's not you guys on this call clearly, but that's some people. So you got to find out, like through asking questions, what it is they're excited about. So kind of, second notes on warm market approach is, I always try to coach people, start a conversation with 2 people every day and find out what their motivation is as people gather motivation from 4 different areas. Huge. So dig into this. This is some deep stuff. 4 different areas: fun, money, caring, details, right? A fun person, they need whatever that you're talking about to be a good time. It needs to be exciting, needs to be, they got to be laughing. They want to enjoy it, right? Money, all about upside financial potential. How much money can I make? How fast can I make it? What are the top people making, right? Talk to them about that, right? Top people here, Jonathan Porcina made $700,000+ last year on his own pen, right? Caring. These are people that are just more like, I wrote philanthropic, right? These are people that just have a desire to help people. You know what? I love working with families. I love, helping, out in my community. I want to help. I want to volunteer at my church. I need more time with it, right? That's great. Or details. What type of persons? They're all about the numbers. Let me see the compensation plan. Let me see, the commission grids. Let me see all this stuff. Very analytical. And so what you got to do is you got to find out these different types of people, kind of talk to them a little bit, ask them questions, say, what are you looking for? Well, I want to make a lot of money. Oh, it needs to be a good time. What did you like about your last job? What do you like about this job, right? Talking to them about the things that get them moving. And then you can kind of pick out, oh, that person sounds like a detailer in person. Oh, this person's like, they're all about the money. This person sounds like they need to be a blast, right? Great, right? So find something within FFL that goes, hey, this kind of satisfies a lot of that. You know what we do? But once a quarter, we get together and we have these big regional trainings and everyone goes out for dinner after. It's a blast. You're going to love it, right? Find something to anchor people to, right? And then as I put here, then find out what they have going on in their life that is not satisfying them, and then tell them how they can accomplish their motivations, what we have here at FFL. I'll pause real quick. All these notes you're going to have access to. So just make sure if you're taking notes, great, right? There's a scientific study that says if you're taking notes, things you write down drastically increases your chances of remembering it. But also the same standpoint, you'll have this. What I do is I write things down and then I still take the notes and I review them. So I would do both. But this is a big thing. So warm market approach, finding out the different things that motivate people. And then you want to do this. You want to have a quick conversation with people. And I want Jordan to jump back in here and kind of echo on this, but tell them what you like. So if I'm talking to Jordan, I'm saying, hey, Jordan, buddy, it's been a few years. Hope you're doing well, man. I got started in this financial services business. I got started selling life insurance. I love how much money we're making and the ability to take care of Chantel and my kids. I don't know if it's for you, but there's a quick overview video that my company put out. If you check it out, I think you'll like what's on it. And you just
I love that, Grady. I love that. I think the most important thing here when with warm market is not, you don't have to be so direct. You can take the indirect approach and even say, who do you know? Hey, Grady, I know you're really busy. I've always looked up to you. Business is going unbelievable. I wanted to catch up, but we're looking to grab a few extra people. Who do you know who is looking for a little bit of coaching and guidance and is looking to make more money? You know, who do you know? And the cool part is we can hire people in every single state. And so by asking them, who do you know, it really limits, it gives you an unlimited source to pull from. And that indirect approach with warm market is one of the most powerful. If you haven't been talking to them every single day or every single week, you can catch up with people fast that way.
Money, bro. Yeah, no, that's money. Grady, one of the things you said just here recently, Grady, so my last IMO that I came from, I had to recruit to get my leads, and that's how I manage my business, right? But one of the things that it taught me was how do I approach my warm market, because I was able to recruit some warm market people there. And the key line that you just said is really the money. I don't know if this is for you or not, but I think it makes sense for you to watch this video and learn about what we're doing. Because now it's not, you're not in their face. It's just a very open-ended invite to say, look, I don't know if this is for you or not, but go ahead and watch that video and see if this makes sense for you. If you like what you hear, shoot me a message or a call back and we can talk and I can answer any questions you got. Very, not in their face, not, you're not hard pitching. You're not hard selling. It's just, you're opening their mind and seeing who's open to opportunities.
Perfect. And so the goal is always to kind of, and we've got a bunch of stuff here coming up, so just get excited for it. We've got some redundancies, but you want them to watch an overview video. The goal is for you not to be the magic, right? If you want to build a team and you want to recruit people, it's you showing people that what you're doing, they can do, right? Could you say the 12 words Jordan just said to get me interested to watch a video? I don't know if this is for you or not, but we're looking for some good people around here. Can you check this overview out? Let me know if you like what you see. Can you say that? Yeah. So if you make recruiting is all about making something so simple, right? If Jordan goes and meets a buddy, John, and he breaks down for 45 minutes the whole history and everything about FFL and the background on the carrier contracts and the comp and where we get leads, and breaks it completely down, and because he could crush it. He just now showed John that if John ever wants to build a business, John's got to learn a 45-minute presentation. And John goes, you know what, Jordan, you're really excited about it, but I'm too busy right now. Versus pointing at a tool, right? A great mentor said, if your mouth is open, you're losing. Point at a tool. Use the tool. Don't be a tool. Okay? So that's where the goal is, to get them to watch this Rogue IMO video. And you can use the rogueimo.com. You can get your own. I got a link coming up here in a second here where I'll show you exactly how to get your own customized, personalized landing page. But the goal of the video is this. One of three things are going to happen. One, your buddy John's not going to watch it, which is great. They're not interested. They're not coachable at the time. Next. Number two, they watch it. They're not interested. Great. No time wasted talking to them. Next. Three, they watch it, they're interested, now they have questions. Great. Talk to them as soon as possible and cover the 5 points of FFL. And so that's a big thing about warm market, guys. It doesn't have to be you. People are telling me, you know what, I'm going to a coffee shop to meet with my 3 best friends about FFL. Hey, Grady, will you get on the phone and explain everything about FFL to my 2 best friends? No, get them to watch the video. Then you can answer their questions, or I can help you answer the questions, or your manager, any one of us can help them answer the questions. But the key
and from a time standpoint there, Grady, the biggest thing is you can keep your main time selling instead of they're not even interested in spending 45 minutes, right? Shoot them the video and go back to work.
Yes. 100%, dude. And that's the secret, man. That's what I see you doing. That's what all the top agency managers are doing. Get people to watch an overview video. Overview video is the filter, and then the filter sifts out the people that want to move forward. And that's who you get to work with. That's what the segment. So that's what a lot of the rest of this is going to be about, getting people.
And tie it down. The biggest thing is tying it down, right? You told me this. You said, hey, I'll send you a video. It's only about 15 minutes. If I send it to you right now, do you have time to watch it? Oh, no, I don't have time right now. Okay. Will you have time before 7:15 to 8:15 tonight, or will you have time before tomorrow morning, right? So getting them to tell you when they're going to watch it by, so you can schedule your follow-up and just close them on the spot with the top 5 points of why we're growing so fast.
That's awesome, Jordan. Perfect, man. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Okay, so now let's talk about, so that was warm market, right? We did warm market. Now we're gonna talk about some places to post ads, buy agent leads, warm marketing. So where to get recruits, where to get interested people. Okay, that's warm market. We just talked about that. Julius is ironically is a referral from a friend who I went to college with. He came on board, he quit, but then left me Julius. So God is good. Gabriel Hill, one of our top producers on the company, writes $300,000 a year. He's my wife's brother. And Jordan and I know each other from a previous business. Alexander Strait and I knew each other from a previous business. Like, talk to your warm market. Talk to go-getters who you enjoyed being around and say, hey, this is what I'm doing now. Hope you're well. If it is or isn't for you, that's okay. I just wanted you to let me know what I'm doing. Boom, warm market. So as far as cold market goes, posting ads on Indeed, posting ads on ZipRecruiter, posting ads on Craigslist, posting ads on Facebook job posts. And we're going to get into what you should have in the ads here in a second. But what the top agency managers are doing is they're buying agent leads. What does that mean? So there's companies that can get lists of life insurance agents. There's 2 million life insurance agents, and they create ads and they post them on the internet. And they say, are you interested in higher comp? Do you have access to leads? Are you interested in great training? Or you want more support? Do you need more? Do you want to be part of the fastest growing company in the country? And those ads then will, someone who's licensed will then click and go, yes, I'm interested in more information. Boom. Now you've got an interested licensed agent who wants to know more. That's a great place to start when you start to get your budget up, when you get your pitch down, right? Jump into buying. So life agent services. Now, granted, this is our current best service right now. If you're watching this video in the future, below this video will be posted our new favorite link. Just want to timestamp it, make sure that, but I don't see them going, they've been around for 2 years, but just being timely. But you can go there and you can buy 20 leads a week, you can buy 50 leads a week. A lot of our top people are buying 100 interested agent leads a week. And these are agents that are saying, yes, I'm interested in learning more about your company. Will you call me and tell me about it? Talk about an easy close. So of course, start warm market, then jump cold market, then jump into buying agent leads. But this is how you really grow a team fast, okay? Budget as much as possible. So the way I always, people go, Grady, how many people are you talking to a day? Or what's your budget? And I go, listen, my goal is to be on the phone as much as possible, right? And I literally it's almost like an internal clock, right? It's like an internal mechanism that a lot of people will develop over time. And it says, I don't feel as though I've made enough progressive actions in the past 12 hours, in the past 6 hours. I haven't done enough. Like, if you don't have that within you, develop it. Start to go, less TV, less nonsense, more business building. That's why you're watching this, because we're trying to build a business. So here, what's your goal? Your goal should be able to be talking to potential agents whenever you're not dialing for appointments or selling. 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., you're trying to find time in there to be responding to people that filled out your ads, that responded to your job posts, reaching back out to warm market, calling the agent leads that populated on your Google sheet, right? So if your goal is to build a business to start, you got to budget at least $100, $200, should be even more, $300 a week. A couple Craigslist ads are $30, $40 each. Couple Indeed, I think it's $30, $20 to $30 a day to run Indeed ads. All the way up to top managers. I mean, a lot of our top managers are spending anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a week on agency leads. That's a chunk, right? Your top manager spent $1,000 a week, $50,000 a year to grow your agency. Well, Julius, Jordan, Al, is it worth it? Well, it looks like it's worth it. As you start to build a business here, you get up in the top upper echelon of this business, you're making just from the agency bonuses, not overrides, not spread, not renewals, not residuals, not your own pen. Top 5 bonuses, 33, 47, 54, 56, 137,000. Don't ask me if it's easy. Ask me if it's worth it. Because if you want to build a business, you're going to have to sink in some money into growing your business.
Yeah, actively. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, like, if you're not investing into your business and finding people that you don't know, how are you going to grow your business, right? You think about any business out there. I have a few buddies that own barbershops, right? And so they have multiple barbershops around Arizona, but the people that work for them, or I shouldn't say work for them, but work with them, they're also independent barbers, right? But how do they find them? They put out advertisements and they find barbers to work with them at their barbershop. It's no different. You just got to find the people. How do you find the people? You use a marketing. You use the tools and resources to let the mass population know what we're doing. And then the people will figure out or respond if they are interested. And actually at the end of the day, guys, you're talking to people that are interested. So you're not pounding the pavement and walking around just talking to random strangers trying to recruit them. That's not fun. My last company tried to promote that on how we build an agency. That was their model of creating a business. That's not what most people want to do. And so put the advertisements out there, use your money, invest in yourself, invest in your business, and you'll find the right people to be in business with.
That's awesome. All right. So when to post, right? So we're here, we've got our where to post your ads. These are cold market ads, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, Craigslist, Facebook job posts. Let's jump back into it. So we got our budget, we've covered that. So start posting. I mean, it's about having consistent weekly new ads going up, just like buying leads, right? We buy leads to sell life insurance every single week. So why aren't we putting money into our agency growing every single week? 1,000 people a week are coming to work at Family First Life. Soon it'll be 2,000, soon it'll be 5,000, soon it'll be 10,000. Sean keeps talking to us about the time in the 80s when a company, which remain nameless, was doing 33 to 35,000 apps a week. Apps a week with no leads, no internet, on all paper. And so we are the best company in the industry. So people are going to continue to come here and come here and come here. And they should be working on your time, on your team, if you get enough ads out there and let them know, cast your net wide so people come and work here. So get your budget out, get focused on your bonuses. And now when to post, okay? When to post. Every day is a good day to get an ad up. I always teach people Craigslist, put it up at 12:01 a.m. Why? Because then you're the first ad on a new day. Indeed, I like to run my Indeed ads from Monday to Thursday. Why? Because I feel by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, people have gone comatose, they're at the bar, and it is what it is. Indeed, you can pick the days you want your ads to run. ZipRecruiter, they're always running, and Facebook job posts are always running. And then of course, lifeagentservices.com, which I would recommend you investing in, is buying some leads, working with our guy over there, and buying some interested agent leads. And those will fly in as soon as the people respond to their ad, okay? So moving on from there, when to post, who to post from. This is a big thing too. And I'm going to start at the bottom first. You're not saying Family First Life America. You're not saying Family First Life Republic, Grid, or Legacy Protectors. You're saying something nondescript, right? I went to my dentist's office and it was Silvertree, and I love that. And I was like, I'm going to start posting from Silvertree Financial. Like, it doesn't matter, right? Taylor Agency, Sweet Financial, the Damjanovic team. I like that's a good one, huh? Gronberg Insurance Services. Post from something that has no affiliation to Family First Life. The reason is you don't want to give away the farm, like dating, right? You're not giving it all away on the first date, okay? So you're not telling people whom you are working from, who you work with. Now, it's not that we're hiding anything. It's not that we're trying to dupe or mislead anybody. But if you post 10 Craigslist ads across 10 different markets, you say Family First Life is the best time in the industry. Come join us and work. Let's work together. They're going to just go Google Family First Life. That's what they're going to go do. They're going to go Google Family First Life. So that's a huge thing. So what I want you guys to understand is to be posting from Taylor Agency, whatever. Make your last name, come up with an entity, but no connection to Family First Life. Al, you got some insight on different ads and stuff you post? I know you post a ton of ads.
They're general. I just use a general ad. And with no connection to Family First Life. When I make a call, if they're not there and I leave a message, I just say, hey, this is Al, Senior Sales Manager of Family First Life. You had posted a application on ZipRecruiter, give me a call back. And then at times they will Google at that point in time. But the cool thing is all our the responses are all good up there on the internet. So that's fine. I had a guy today, he says, yeah, I just went to an interview with American Income yesterday. He goes, I didn't like it. And then I Googled them and the ads were, the reviews were terrible. I looked up you guys and all your stuff looks great. So it went well.
Perfect. So going forward, we're not going to mention any other company names, but we're, yes, we are awesome. That's a good thing too. And that's actually a really good point. I'll say sometimes on the phone with people, I'll say, hey, go look us up on Glassdoor. And they'll go Google us or look us up on Glassdoor. This is after I've connected with them. I got their email, right? They've already responded, I built a connection, right? And they'll go to Glassdoor. We got a 4.9 out of like 700 reviews or something crazy like that. Like we have a better rating than pretty much every other insurance company that's out there. Big boys, little boys, whatever. So yeah. Any other things you do with your ads, Al?
No. It's just a general ad.
You say text call. What do you say? Text call me, anything like that?
No, I just my strategy is I do a quick review on the resume, and then I'll call. I'll probably get 80. I run 20 zip ads at a time.
Okay.
Out of those, and I've been doing it for about 18 months, I pretty much figured out that I probably have made somewhere between 27 and 3,000 calls. Out of those, I probably get 80 to 100 new prospects a week. And I talk to probably 40 or 50 in a week. And then I may end up, with 5 or 10 decent prospects.
And that's why your team is exploding, man. Jesus. It's just no secret, guys. It's just work. No secret. That's awesome, Al. All right. So ZipRecruiter always running. Where to post from, right? Post from an entity. Don't post from Family First Life. Ad titles. These are great ad titles. I want Al to share one of his when I go through, or just why not Al share. What are your like top 2 favorite ad titles you run with?
It's 140 comp is probably the main one that's up there.
Okay.
So I run the same exact ad on all of them.
Okay.
I used 3 or 4 different ads and I narrowed it down to the one that seems to get the best response. And I haven't changed it in 6 months.
Well, we're going to share that we'll have that added to this PowerPoint, guys, when you watch when you get this live, we'll have that on there. I've got another ad in here as well. So, but just so let's talk about ad titles. Number 1, sales team looking for more field support. Top comp, brokers wanted. Lead surplus, help needed. Insurance sales with high commission, 140%, quality leads and free training. All great titles that I run that a lot of other agency managers run. So some ad titles are great. Here's a great ad. Looking for someone with a kick-butt personality, wants to disrupt the insurance industry, right? Just some sort of positive, thought-provoking type statements. Again, on this ad, you'll never see anything that says Family First Life. You're not going to see anything that links to Family First Life. Why? Not because we're trying to hide it again, because we're trying to put people in a position where they are not giving away the farm on the ad, right? I don't want them to know. I want them to reach out to us. I want them to be interested in wanting to know more about what we've got going on. So here's a great ad. I'm going to add Al's ad after this one as well. So when you watch the replay or get the notes that'll be below this video, you'll have that as well. So, but yeah, you'll have access to this. Take this ad, use it. Take Al's ad, use it. Post them everywhere and put them out there. That's the secret to this business.
Hey, just do us a favor on that and make sure you don't copy it word for word, verbatim. Adjust it a little bit, please.
Yes, of course. Adjust it a little bit. If you put the same ad up over and over and over and over again, what we're going to do is we're going to get blacklisted, which we don't want. So you got to edit the ad a little bit, and that'll allow us to be able to have more marketing hooks out there in the water. Okay. What to say in the ad? I mean, you want to write your own ad, by all means, go ahead. But this is just the cleverness of marketing. And I always try to teach this. The number one thing in marketing that you want to be conveying is curiosity. You're trying to get them to, and let me back up. Curiosity is what gets them to click a link or to call a phone number or text a phone number or fill out a lead card. They're trying to find out, get a solution to whatever it is that you put out there and got them interested in. Top comp, great training, leads, field support, incredible opportunity, exploding company, right? These are curiosity invoking statements, right? Bonuses on top of the highest compensation industry, fully vested roles day one, highest compensation. I mean, in 6 years, we did over 221 million in paid business in 2019. Wow, what kind of company is this? This is interesting. I want to know more about this, right? So that's what you're trying to create is curiosity to get them to go, hey, I'm going to text Al, I'm going to text Jordan, I'm going to call Grady, I'm going to call Julius, I'm going to find out what's going on with this company, what this is all about, right? So, all right, once you get them on the phone, here we go. Once you get them on the phone, so they respond to your ad, I'm going to kind of go through here what you're going to talk about here, but you're going to cover basically the 6 main points of FFL, 5 main points if you want to leave up agency bonuses, whatever. So top compensation, 140%, right? Right out the gate. Listen, John, we go way up to 140%. Start people off at 80, go way up to 140%. We got elite training by the top producers in the industry. You know, we got people, we had a recent convention, there were over 200 people that walked across stage, made over $100,000, all the way up to our top producer made over $768,000 last year. So we've got all these people contribute, they help, they train. We have a very good community where we help each other grow. Leads, of course, which is one of the reasons why we're growing so fast, to get access to over 15 different lead vendors. No fees, right? John, our company doesn't turn our agents into profit centers. We're not trying to make money off of you for a sign-up fee or a monthly ongoing back office access fee or a convention fee or a training fee or a whatever fee. We don't fee you to death, okay? We just take care of you. The only expenses you're gonna have here, John, are leads and gas. No contracts, you're free to go at any time, although, John, no one ever leaves, right? And of course, we do it right, vested renewals day one. And if you want to build a team, which is your choice, John, is we have agency bonuses on top of that that go all the way up to over $100,000 a month. Our top agency managers are getting on top of their commissions. So, John, we're just a great opportunity. So that's kind of what you want to cover on the phone, right? You want to cover these points. You want to be talking.
Hey, Grady?
Yeah, please go ahead, Al.
Hey, so I think it's important to, at least the way I do it, everybody's got their own way to handle it, but I want to start with questions. I don't want to get into all this stuff right away. That's just me. I want to know what they're currently doing for work, and I really want to try to find out their why. Why did they fill out my ad? Why did you fill out my ad? I'll ask them that. I gotta get a sense whether this is somebody that I want to work with before I give them any of the goodies. And I make them answer a bunch of questions at the beginning. And then I tell them why I joined Family First. I tell them 3 things. Number 1, integrity. Number 2, high comp. Number 3, proven lead system. And then I kind of get into it from there. The stuff that all of these points that are on the board right now are all important points to cover. But I don't want to get to that until I know this is somebody I want to work with. I might find out in the first 30 seconds that I don't like this person. And at this stage, I don't have to work with anybody. We're not a monopoly. And we may not be a good fit. So I want to get that. I want to know a little bit more about them early on. No different than when you're in the house to try to find out their why and why they want the insurance.
That's awesome. That's perfect. So what are your questions again?
The first question I ask is, I want to know what they're doing for work. Gives me a sense of where they're coming from. Do they have a sales background? Are they a blue collar person? I want to get a feel for the way they're talking. Do they have confidence? So that's the main question. I want to know what they're doing. And then my second question is, why did you fill out my ad? Why did you decide that you think that you want to be a life insurance agent? What prompted you to fill out my ad? And then I wait for the answer, and then they tell me. And again, it gives me a good sense of where they're coming from, where they're going. You know, I like to help people, or hey, I'm looking for the compensation, or whatever. And they just let them talk, right? You're going to learn a lot more that way.
Yeah, I think one thing that I do also, just to kind of piggyback onto what Al's saying, is I remember Sean Mike mentioning this, is you want to match where people are at, right? So I try to also find out, you know, what is it you're looking to accomplish here at Family First Life? You're looking to build a big agency. You're looking to just write some insurance on a part-time basis. Like, where are you at? That way I know how much what kind of support I'm going to need to provide to you, and what kind of goals you have. So I know, you know, how far along we're going to help, right? How much help you're going to need, and where we want to take you, right? Because if I'm talking to someone that's talking part-time income, supplementing their income, not looking for a full changeover, that's going to be a different conversation that someone said than someone saying to us, hey, I'm looking to quit my current situation, come in here full-time and change my situation day one, right? So those are very different conversations. So it's also important to find out where people are at. Just a quick question. Hey, are you looking to do this part-time or full-time? What do you see Family First Life doing for you? That way, you know how to match their level of work that they're going to put in and what they need and what how you're going to help them.
Lastly, too, it's important to find out if they're looking for a job or a career. Because if they're looking for a job, let's get through this really quick. Because I just tell them, hey, look, this is not a job. You understand this is 100% commission opportunity. This is a career opportunity. And then I'll get into the franchise scenario where I explain that it's like a franchise. There's not a lot of investment. You don't have to pay anything to join us, but you got to cover your license and you've got to cover the cost for that. And you've got to have some minimal investment. But if you don't have that, then frankly, it's going to be too hard. Just better keep your job. And then we can work on a part-time strategy if this is something you're still interested in.
Yeah, that's good. These are good. Yeah. A couple of things that I always try to ask too. It says, what do you like? I would say, what do you like about what you're currently doing? And what do you not like about what you're currently doing? Right? What do you like about what you're currently doing? What do you like what you're doing? Kind of put them here. What do you like most about the insurance company you're working with or worked in the past? What do you like the least? I got these notes. These are great from Alexander Strait. He's killing it. But the big thing is, what do you like about what you're currently doing? I like that I get to help families, or I don't like anything about what I'm currently doing. All right. What do you not like what you're currently doing? I hate everything about what I'm currently doing. All right. Well, if I could show you a place where you could get access to leads, great comp and great training, it's something you'd be interested. Yeah. What's your, I'll jump into some questions here for some qualifying questions, but I mean, all these are fantastic, guys. But the big thing is like we echoing back to the dating statement, right? If we're asking them questions, we're getting them to talk. And if you don't like the way they talk, if they're rude, if they're short, if they won't answer your questions, they're going to be awful to work with, right? We don't need people. We don't need everybody. So that's a big thing too, is ask these questions because you're trying to just get them, like Al said so well, before he even jumps into the points, he asks some questions like, talk to me about you. What did you like about I mean, you heard what he said. So these are very, very important things to learn as far as recruiting goes. This is how we recruit. Like some of you guys have never done this before. That's okay. Most of us have never sold insurance before you, but you figured it out. So now you can figure out how to recruit. Like you can do this, right?
Hey, Grady, too, the other thing, you made a point that just made me think that, it's no different than sometimes when you go in the home and the client tries to take control. And if you lose control, you're done. So it's the same thing here. If the prospect tries to take control and you don't steer that around immediately, then you're toast. So you've got to just take a step back and gain control and because again, they're the one interviewing for a job, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So you have to take a strong stance in that. And that doesn't happen most of the time. But after you've made 3,000 calls on my way to 10,000, the confidence will continue to increase and you'll just come off with a certain level of confidence over time. You have to just get on the phone and bang these out just like you do on anything else.
That's right, man. Awesome. All right. Communication approach, right? So when you're communicating with them, of course, like we just got from Al, a controlled focus message, right? I like to use the statement, high commission insurance sales program. That's kind of what I do when I'm leaving a voicemail or a text. I throw that line out, right? I'm not saying family first life. I'm not saying life insurance sales. And someone text me, hey man, I just started this high commission insurance sales program. High commission? I mean, those are like buzzwords, right? I love it, right? So you want people that kind of emanates this. So what is your approach, right? You get someone responds to one of your ads. You get an agent lead that drops on your list. Someone texts you back or fills out your Rogue IMO page. 3 immediate calls, boom, boom, boom. Just like dialing the phone, right? They don't know your number, right? Most people, just like our leads, don't answer phone numbers they don't know. So 3 immediate calls, a voicemail on the 3rd text. Hi, Julius, this is Grady Polcyn calling you back about your interest in our high commission insurance sales program. I'm the agency manager here in the Valley. Give me a call back when you got a few minutes, 928-301-32. I roll through it, right? Shoot them a text with the same thing. Day 2, 2 calls and a voicemail on the 2nd. Day 3, shoot them a text, hey, Julius, are you alive? Right? John, are you alive? Right? So reach but your approach is immediate, right? Dude, that's the big thing. Day 1 is the most important part, right? There's a whole study on like the science and psychology of closing sales. And it's based on the fact when people are first presented the information, they're never going to be more excited, right? Because when they tail off and they start to get different information or life sets in, buyer's remorse sits in, et cetera. So just like in these potential agents, they're looking at information and they're thinking about change in their life and it's immediate. So why not reach out to them immediately? Like the sooner you reach out to a prospect, just like the sooner you call a lead, as soon as you get the lead, the greater chance you have of closing the prospect or moving the prospect forward. The same is a good situation as you have as booking that appointment. So bang out those 3 immediate calls, voicemail, text, 2 calls, voicemail. Do you guys do anything different than that? Anything you guys do specifically? Jordan, I'd love to hear what you kind of do.
I mean, that's the same thing. The biggest thing that you said that I do, really well is I say high commission insurance sales. Like, because no one thinks they want to be a life insurance agent. No one thinks they want to sell life insurance their whole life. The thing is, they don't know what these products do. So I love the high commission insurance sales. Like, hey, I've been doing high commission insurance sales. We're really blowing up. We actually just had another record month. I'm triple dialing just like I'm doing my leads. I'm always triple dialing. I'm never dialing once and then saying, hey, they weren't there, they're working. Like, it's 3 dials and then a text. I'm not huge on voicemails personally, but I mean, I'll just start leaving them because with 3 calls and a text, they usually get back to me super, super quick. So it's super, very basic.
Yeah, I do all the same stuff. The only other
and then on day 3, oh, go ahead, Julius.
I was going to say the only thing I'll do sometimes is I'll send them an email as well. Just that's the one other layer that I'll add in if I haven't got a hold of them. Just try another method. But
if I'm looking for someone and I think they're a stud, I'll just on day 2 or day 3, and John, are you alive? I'll say, John, we're actively looking to fill this position because we're growing like crazy. Should we move on, or do you think you'd be a good fit? Like, we're actively looking to grow. We're intentionally, and that always has a really good result.
That's awesome. Al, what do you do? What's your process? I know you get so many.
It's a little simpler. I call and leave a message if I can't get a hold of them, and then I'll text them. And that's it. And then if they call me back, I'm good. If they'll sometimes respond to the text, and then we go. The key to this whole thing, though, is think about how many people you're calling, right? So you better have as Grady is the king of systems, you better have a system set up to do the follow-up. And I think that's one of the things that I've done efficiently is that as soon as I get done and I've got a prospect, they go in my phone as a contact and they go on a spreadsheet. And then I have a system to follow up right away, whether they're just going to go into contracting or they're going to get their license for a voucher for the exam. And then I usually text them twice. If they ghost me twice, then they turn red, and I put them in red on my spreadsheet. And I decided to keep them from the very beginning, and I'm glad I did because every once in a while somebody will come back.
That's awesome. That's good. All right. So the big thing is communicating. As you heard from everybody, it's 3 immediate calls. Then reach out to them, leave a voicemail or not. Text is always appropriate too. I've always heard in marketing, you need to be attacking people from multiple mediums. So calls, voicemail, text, that's 3 different mediums. And email as well, that's a 4th medium, right? Bombard people with, hey, we're here, we're working, we're growing. Look at our success. You want to be a part of this, right? We're not desperate. We're just making sure they know who the heck we are. Okay. Text messages. Here's some good ones. George, I just got your request for more information about our high commission insurance sales program. Let me know when you have a few minutes to connect. Grady, FFL agency manager, right? You can all be an FFL agency manager. FFL doesn't mean anything. Let's be very clear. They don't know what an FFL is, right? But they're like, what's FFL? Or, agency manager, okay? Hi, John, this is Grady at FFL. I just got your request for more information from my website. So just like they fill out a Rogue IMO form, let me know when you have a few minutes to connect. Hey, Tracy, this is Grady, FFL VP. So you can be FFL, you can just leave that out, whatever. Jane said you wanted more information about our high commission insurance sales program. Like, this is like a referral from a friend. Let me know when you have a few minutes to connect. And this one's from Alex, and he's doing fantastic. He says, hey, this is Grady. I received your request for more information on our insurance agency. When would be a good time to talk in the next 24 hours, right? Creating that timeline. In the meantime, you can watch the video at fflamerica.com/join. So a lot of you have been using that. It's the same, it's a Rogue IMO page with that video on it, with simply like the comp grid and the production chart, the VP chart, just a little more information. So that's a great idea as well. He said he's been getting a ton of response when he uses that to people who do not respond to him. Like, he sends out a couple calls, a text, an email, like Jordan was echoing on like a day 3 when you're reaching out to someone and saying, hey, are you alive? Well, instead of saying, hey, you're alive, say, hey, I'm trying to be playful. Like I'm trying to get a response. I'm trying to be playful, but I'm trying to be serious. Like, hey, you're alive, or hey, I'll sometimes what I'll do like on like if it's like a good prospect, right? I mean, not someone who's cold off of just Craigslist, but it's like a buddy or someone who's referred to me. Hey, you should call this guy. He could kill it, right? I'll shoot him a picture of the leaderboard, and I'll be like, hey, John, here's me, number 2 on the leaderboard. I did 12,000 last week. Let me know when you're ready to talk. Right? He doesn't know anything, but he sees 12,000 next to my name on the leaderboard. That's why it's so important to sell, guys. Getting your name on those leaderboards. No greater bragging rights than having yourself in the first column club, showing people how much you sell, than them now wanting to work with you. So on that day 3 type text, you can send them, hey, I'm sure you're busy like me. Here's a website with some more information on our company. Check it out. Alex says he sends that out all the time, and he gets a ton of back-end responses from people that just maybe they wanted more information or they were busy. Like that's the big thing about people in life, they're busy. So this is a great entry point to you getting started with some just simple text messages to use. And so if you're watching the video, you can grab these off the PDF that's below. Anything you guys add to your text messages? Anything different that you guys do, Jordan, Al, or
the only other thing I would say is before I became, or when I started recruiting, I should say, I just put hiring manager because I'm actively hiring. That's just, but other than that, that's the same verbiage.
Cool. I think a big thing on the text is though, is you don't sound desperate. Like, let me know when you have a few minutes and I'll call you. Let me know as soon as you're available. I'm waiting. Like you don't want to sound pathetic. Like this sounds like a strong response from someone who has a lot going on. Hey, let me know when you have a few minutes to connect. It's not saying, let me know when you have time and I'll call you. Let me know when you have 3 available time slots and I'll be waiting by my phone to give you a call. Like we can't be so excited and eager to grow our team that we seem desperate, right? Go back to dating. We don't want to come across desperate. We want to come across busy, but in control and with someone who people want to work with, right? These are strong responses. These aren't like, hey, I'm only picking 3 people, and if you don't text me back in the next 15 minutes, then you're done, right? You're not like, it's not like that type of strength. It's like right in the middle. I got your request for more information from my website. I got your request for more information from my website. You went to my website, request information, like, and we're in the home, right? When we're in the home, John, I got this request you mailed into my office. So as I can see here, that it's you and Mary, right? I got your request for more information from my website. Like you went on my website and requested it. Let me know when you have a few minutes to connect. They'll text me back, oh, I'm free now. Or I'll get off work at 5. Okay, perfect. Shoot me a text. Then you know what I say? Shoot me a text at 5 when you're free and let's connect. Right? It's I'm not beggy, It's strength. People want to work with strong people. They want to work with people that have direction, have an energy about them. So that's a big thing when you're recruiting guys is elevate whom you are because you're there. You're worthy of being a strong person. Okay.
Yeah, I think the one thing that you do that you just said there, that subliminally, you didn't mention it, but you're putting it back on that person because you're now also waiting on them to take the action to text you that they're ready for that call. Because saying you're ready at 5 o'clock and then us calling them, now we're on the chase. Like, no, I'm not chasing you.
Boom.
You're coming. You want some of this. You're reaching out to us because you need what we have. We don't. So it's staying in control and having that posture, I think, in what you just said is really the key.
Yes, 100%. Exactly. All right, text message. Let's keep going. On the phone, right? I try to teach this to you guys. When you're talking to someone, and maybe you're brand new, month 1, month 2, month 3, you're not doing a ton yet. Well, you need to go sell more. That's the goal 1. Go sell more so you've got more credibility, more money to grow your business. But I always try to teach you, share with your most recent win. You're not a vice president yet. You're not a sales manager yet. Well, you have a recent win that is more than most anybody you're going to talk to has ever done. Yesterday, I made $2,300. Last week, made $8,792. Last month, I made $22,414. Right? Share your most recent win from a sales standpoint, which creates credibility with someone looking into selling insurance with us. You have a big week, just like, I should put on here the leaderboards. Share the leaderboards with potential prospects. This is who I am. Number 7, did 7,000 last week. Let me know when you have a few minutes to talk on the phone. Right? I get off work at 5. Okay, perfect. Let me know. I'll be in and out of appointments. Shoot me a text when you get done with your appointments. We can connect. Right? Okay, perfect. We're waiting by my phone by 5. No. Shoot me a text when you're free and let's connect, right? You're in control. Share your most recent win. All right. Goal 1, right? So the goal of all of this, right, as we touched a little bit earlier, is to get them to watch the Rogue IMO video. Get them to watch a video, get them to watch a video, get them to watch a video, right? Quick calls, 12-word overviews, get them to watch a video. All right, so great lines. We have a short overview video that breaks down everything I just covered. If I text it over you, can you watch it today? There's a quick company overview that explains how to make money with us. Do you have time to watch? Do you have time now to watch it? I'm sending you the video that got me so excited about this company. You have to watch it right now, right? So you can send them just the rogueimo.com, or you can get your own 2-page system that has an email opt-in, and that will send you an email when someone opts in, and it also just has a standalone second page of just the Rogue IMO video. And you can get it at the rogueimo.com/register. So just go there, get your own system set up. It's real simple. It emails you if someone opts in. It emails you if someone wants to talk. It's really cool. It's free. So if you ever see Trey, thank him for setting that up. But this is the simple stuff. The goal is to get them to watch the video. If they don't watch the video, they're not being coachable. They're not as educated as they could be. They're going to come back to you with questions. So how's the compensation work? I can build a team. How much are leads, right? All that's covered in the overview video. You want to make sure they know they have to buy leads here, right? I have to buy leads? I thought you guys give me leads. No, Bob, we do not give you leads here, okay? You want to take a 20% comp and go work somewhere else, they'll give you leads, right? So yeah, maybe you might have to go walk around the mall and go talk to strangers and you'll be the 25% comp.
That was part of our training, is go to the mall and walk in stores and try to recruit there. I'm like,
oh my God,
brutal.
Welcome home, bro.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
So we are the best there is. So go tell everybody. That's our goal. That's what this training is. So goal 1, get them to watch the Rogue IMO video. Some simple lines to say on the phone to get them to watch them. Goal 2, we went over this earlier. 1 of 3 things will happen. They won't watch it. They'll watch it and they're not interested. They're interested and have questions. Perfect. This is the secret to understanding how to process. Grady, I got this guy with great potential, but he won't text me back. Okay, he doesn't want to work with us then. Okay. Then keep going. Closing question, right? We've covered this before. Do you feel like you're ready for this? Do you feel like you're ready for this, right? They're like, you know what, Julius, I want to get started. You know what, Al, I want to get started, right? Okay, real quick, John, do you feel like you're ready for this? And I like this because it challenges them just a little bit. It gives them a chance to fall off the hook. It gives them a chance to say, you know what, I need to talk to my wife. You know what, I need to do more research. You know what, I need to go, I'm waiting. I have a couple other interviews set up. Perfect, great. Go check them out. Come back if you're interested. Or they're going to say, you know what, this sounds fantastic. What's the next step? What's the next step? What do we go from here, right? That's your goal. Get your prospects to the point where they go, what's the next step? One, from your strength, but your ability to present what we do here at FFL. What's the next step? Okay. We're not looking for to motivate people. We're looking for motivated people. That's the focus. So a couple of things for qualifying, and this is huge. And this is, again, I just look at the purple to start. You do not have to hire everyone, right? You do not have to hire everyone. So a couple of things to ask people as they want to move forward, right? Send me the contracting link. What's the next step? Okay, real quick. Do you have any money for leads? Do you have money for leads? Well, yeah, I've got money. Perfect. Okay. Do you have money? No, I don't need money right now. All right. I mean, so how would you approach that?
If they don't have money for leads?
I mean, how would you, because so these are questions we want to be like, let me back up. So I talk to Jen and Jade 24/7 about contracting and growing the team and what they're seeing and et cetera. And it's people not understanding that they need to, one, have money for leads or be prepared to have money for leads. So it's you as a hiring manager setting the right expectation to say, you're going to need money for leads. Do you have access to a credit card? Do you have crap in your garage you can sell? I mean, that's the lowest of the low, but do you have access to money? Do you have resources?
So I asked the question, I said, are you willing to buy leads so you can fuel your business and invest in yourself and your business? That's the first thing I say. And then if they say, well, I'm willing to do it, but I don't have the funds till X, and let's just say it's 30 days from now, then we'll say, okay, let's go ahead and get your contracting out of the way. That way, once you're ready to actually buy leads, then you're ready to go and you're appointed with all the carriers. So I kind of feel it out based on there, but if they're telling me they have no money for leads whatsoever,
I don't have money for E&O.
Just generally it's like, listen, this is a business.
Yeah.
And at some point you're going to have to invest in yourself to change your situation because, that's what's required here. And so that is usually a disqualifier. If they can't get E&O, they can't get leads. I mean, I can't pay for them to do all,
Correct.
I mean, we have to run our business.
Correct. That's a good way to say it. A couple of things that will hold up your agents from getting contracted is, do you have any recent felonies, like things that are financial felonies, things that need to be explained, right? Are you currently contracted with another IMO? Do you have any vectors, meaning have you sold insurance somewhere else, had a chargeback and didn't pay it off, and now you've got a negative blemish on your life insurance credit report? Do you have debt in the other carriers? Do you have any background issues, right? So like a lot of times we want to help everybody and everyone's got a promise, but there's people that have made mistakes in their lives, and from those mistakes there's things in life you can't do when you make mistakes. And it's not our job to solve everyone's problems. It's our job to help people with desire and motivation and energy. But you need to get these questions answered up front, because if people can answer no or yes to money for leads and no to everything else, then it's going to be a smooth transition into contracting. But a lot of times what will happen is someone will have background issues, or they'll have vector, or they'll be currently contracted with 3 different IMOs. Then we'll go submit them, and contracting gets held up because it's a mess, because there's 92 different things to solve. And they all could be resolved if you talk to the person, they said, yeah, I've got a vector still. Okay, you need to go pay that off before we can do anything. Yeah, I got a DUI last month. Okay, you're gonna have a hard time getting contracted. I'm currently contracted and selling with another IMO. Well, when's the last time you sold a policy with them? 3 weeks ago. Okay, you can't, so the way it works, they have to be outside of selling with another company for 6 months to get moved under us with any of the carriers we write with. Now, if they're writing with some carrier that we don't write with, then they're gonna have no problem getting contract with the carriers we do write with, okay? Rewind that and listen to that again if I said it too fast. But it's getting these certain things understood and knowing, right? If they just got out of prison last month, they're not going to get contracted, right? So it's just, you have to ask these questions real quick, and you can even do it playfully. Now, you got any recent felonies? Hey, are you currently contracted with any other IMOs or do you have an Americo or Mutual Omaha contract? No. Do you have any vectors? You ever sold insurance in the past 5-10 years and not paid your debts? No? Okay, good, because we don't tolerate that here, okay? And that'd be a good time to even have that conversation about how we don't tolerate anything like that. Because listen, Julius, I'm vouching for you to get these contracts, and if you sell a policy and the client cancels and you don't repay that debt either through repayment, either you paying it off or selling new business, then they're gonna make me pay for it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in collections and send a judgment against you. So like, let's just be really clear, buddy. Like, I know we're getting to know each other, but like, we don't tolerate that at all here, because I have my own family that I need to take care of as well. Okay. So just like, these is a good thing. Like, you'll contract better people if you ask these questions up front. Your contracting will run smooth if you ask these questions up front. Do you have any background issues? Do you have anything going on in your life in the past 5-10 years that you've been dealing with the police or the law or crimes? And that's what's going to hold up your contracting. Remember, you don't have to hire everybody. You don't have to hire everybody. I know they might have all this passion and ambition, but if they're not going to get contracted, or it's going to be a complete and utter mess to try to get 92 different things moved, you might want to let them go resolve those issues outside of your business. Because remember, it's your business. And if they left that before, they'll probably leave it again. Couple things to understand. So, good question that Sean Mike always says. He says, listen, John, are you actually going to buy leads, meet with people, and sell insurance? Kind of like a second, qualifying closing question. I love how Sean says that. Now, listen, are you actually going to buy leads, meet with people, and sell insurance? Because if they're not going to do that, don't put them in contracting. Don't do it. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of our office's time. It's a waste of everybody's time. It's everyone talking about, Tiffany, who never is going to do anything because she doesn't have money for leads and doesn't know how to, financially become responsible to, stop buying this and reinvest in a business. And that's okay. But you guys have to if we become really good at really qualifying people, your business is going to explode, because you're only going to spend time with good people. I want to bring Alan on this. How many times have you had conversations with people where you go, I don't need the exact number, but do you have conversations with people where you go, we're not going to progress. This isn't going to fit?
Absolutely. Yeah. If they try to take control, I just really will tell them that, hey, you know what? I don't think it's going to be a good fit. Best of luck to you. But it's, or if they don't have leads, if they say, hey, look, I can't even do my, pay for my licensing or go to pay for the exam or whatever, I'm going to say, hey, dude, you better get a job or keep your job. And then when you get caught up, then let me know. Again, you do understand that this is a career opportunity, not a job. And then I shut up and wait for them. And a lot of them, they'll just weed out themselves right there.
Yeah.
But that, you know, it's like Sean said the other day in one of the calls. It's, you know, you're being selfish if you're not direct. So you need to be direct, not only with clients, but also these new agents. And it's just better for everybody. It's better in their best interest, because otherwise they're just going to die a slow dying death if don't communicate to them the reality of how this business works. Are you actually going to buy leads, meet with people, and sell insurance? If you're not going to do that, then we're playing let's pretend.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah. The only other thing that I would say that I will clarify is making sure that they know that they're going to people's houses, just so that, you know, because some people will say, well, I thought this was online, or they don't necessarily always say that, but I want to take that off the table so they realize that they're going to have to drive to go see the client, knee to knee with the client at the kitchen table, because some people aren't willing to do that. And if they're not willing to do that, well, then there's no point to continue the conversation.
Yeah, I tell them that straight up too. I just tell them, hey, look, our process is easy. We call people that have asked for our help. We set an appointment. We take an iPad or a tablet. We go see them. We figure out what they're trying to accomplish. We go over their health criteria, and then we go over their budget. Based on that information, we're going to proceed and pick the best carrier solution. Then we're going to do an electronic application right then and there. And then that's it. So they know we're going to the house.
Amen. That's awesome. That's good stuff, guys. Okay, so qualifying. And then we say this is the crucial line. This is the crucial line that if you guys will screen print this and say it at the close of every single client goes, yeah, what's the next step? Okay, the next step is let's get you started. To get contracted, we use a software service called SuranceBay. All the carriers ask the same questions on their applications. They just want them on their own paper. So that's what SuranceBay does. It's like one big mega app that auto-populates all of the applications for you. It should take less than an hour. Is that something you can get done today? And it's challenging them to do it. It's explaining what SuranceBay is. It's explaining how it works. It's a big software app. You know, you can go into more detail. You're gonna upload your E&O, a copy of a voided check. And basically it should take less than an hour if someone's sitting down at a computer and has a minimal knowledge on how to use a computer. Should take less than an hour to type in their name and address and upload a copy of their voided check. And that's the line right there. But you're challenging them to do it. That's the thing. That's the thing where too often they go, oh, you know what? I'll get to it next week, or maybe this weekend. You know, listen, John, I thought you're really looking forward to I thought you're really trying to progress with your business. I thought we're trying to start a business here. I thought you're trying to help your daughter. I thought you're trying to help your family, right? And we'll talk about this here in a second. But it's getting people to do it as soon as possible. And that is so important, because I've been saying this countlessly. If you thought every agent you hired was going to be a Hall of Fame producer, how much care would you put into getting them contracted? Right? Would you hold their hand? Would you help them a little bit on the early stuff? Yes, you would. You do whatever it took to help your new Hall of Fame producer get contracted. So let's start approaching this as we hire people, or better yet, I mean, does your new recruit need to be a Hall of Fame producer year 1, year 2, no, year 3? But if you don't believe that the person you're hiring has the potential of writing a good amount of insurance, why are you hiring them? Right? People that write $2,000-3,000 a month leave debt, and debt is evil. That's evil. That's the worst part about this whole thing, is that we've got to deal with some crap. But the reality is we find a ton of good people who love this and work hard. 1 out of 100, you're going to get some Yahoo that doesn't remember the fact that you told him you're going to sue him if he leaves you a bunch of debt. And then you got to deal with that. So this is what I want you guys to take home, is to understand that if you hire people who you think are going to be great, your whole business will be so much easier to manage, because you already know that they've got within them. You think they've got within them. You're hiring people to have within them the talent that it's going to take to become a great producer here. But care about them getting this part done. The recruiting through the contracting is the work, right? You kind of answering their questions in the home, you being there to kind of role play phone scripts with them, you being there to kind of help tweak their in-home presentation. That's the fun stuff. That's the easy stuff. Like, that's the stuff that you're already good at. It's the part of getting them to go from not knowing to doing to contracted. That's the work. And so if you can work through this work part, you can build a huge, huge business. So start to treat your recruits as though they're Hall of Fame producers. Submitted. The goal is submitted in 24 hours. That's our goal. We want people to submit their contracting in 24 hours from you putting them in the form. And if they can't do it, you shouldn't put them in the form yet, right? Because then all of a sudden now Jade's involved, Jen's involved. It's going to me. I got emails going out. Sequences are stopping. If they can't do it within 24 hours, then you shouldn't put it in. But they should. There's no reason why they shouldn't. I don't care how busy they are. I don't care if their kids have sports. I don't care if they've got to work, right? It takes less than an hour at a computer. So your goal as someone who's hiring someone is to create massive urgency in people to get them to complete their contracting as soon as possible. To go through the link that Jade's going to send them, because all of this is a massive waste of time and nothing happens until they sign that affidavit and complete insurance pay. Nothing happens. You spent money on an ad, you spent money on a phone, you spent money on a text message, you spent money on a voicemail, you spent money on an email, and then you spent time talking to someone, and none of that matters until they do their contracting. Complete and utter waste of time. So we need to stop as agency managers who are already hiring, putting people in that have the rabid urgency to do contracting as soon as possible. And you guys as new up and coming people, create a burning desire within them to get it done as fast as possible. Listen, Julius, you got to get it done today, right? The office is waiting. They're going to get it pushed through. It's going to take about a week to 2 weeks for you to get your writing numbers back in. Contracting process. So if you really want to change your life, if you want to give your daughter a better life, you want to get the job you hate, you need to get it done today. Right? And if you can't talk to people like that, then fake it. Be an actor. Be an actor. Fake it. You have to become stronger with talking to people, or people are going to continue to walk all over you and they're not going to do the things you need them to do to get done. And you'll never sell a lot of life insurance. You have to be strong. So just like you're strong in the home, be strong on the phone. So what's a tip? You find out what their action motivator is. What's their action motivator? Why are they doing this with FFL? Why are they getting started with FFL? Their family. They want freedom from their job. They want income security. They want more income. They want an opportunity to build a business. They want community, be around great people. They want camaraderie. They want to be around great people. They want recognition for their actions. Push on those things to get them to do the contracting. John, we can't get you out of your job if you don't get this done today. John, your daughter is going to continue to be where she's at and not give her the life you want her if you don't get this stuff done. Like, you think I'm being like funny here, but I'm 100% dead serious. This is the number one thing that's being missed on our team. As great as it is and how awesome it is and how fast we're growing and how much we're selling and all the new agents that are coming on, we would be twice as big if we were better at this one thing. So you guys as newer hiring managers, and maybe this is your first time being introduced to this information, get your new agents to get their contracting done as fast as possible. That's it. There's nothing more important than you saying this line right here. It should take you less than an hour. Is that something you can get done today? No? Okay, why not? Oh, well, I get the kids don't go to bed till 9. Like I said, John, it takes less than an hour. Is that something you can jump on the computer and knock it out tonight so the girls can start processing it tomorrow? And then now that's ball is rolling, okay? That's the biggest thing that will grow your business faster, is you spending your marketing dollars and having them actually have a positive ROI, because you're getting new agents in the pipeline to actually be able to go sell life insurance. Because putting them into contracting is not getting them contracted. You've got to get them to submit within the first 24 hours. Push on it, push on it, push on it. Don't put people in the form if you don't have the intention of getting them contracted. All right. Final, let's rolling out of here. I appreciate you guys. You've been on with us the whole time. You're learning a ton, I know. Okay, so checklist. We've got these 2 checklists on FFL America, the new agent checklist. A lot of the stuff we've gone over, more stuff that kind of takes over after this call, right? The stuff that they need to make sure what they have inside of make sure they're getting their E&O, the process, the BGA producer, carrier type stuff inside of Assurance Bay. And then if you guys have non-licensed people, right? People that need to get a license, licensing checklist will explain how to do that. You got to send them a voucher from your CRM. You're going to use a manager email, explains those processes. So if you're hiring people that are non-licensed, go review the licensing checklist on FFL America. If you are hiring licensed people, then review the new agent checklist. So those are some important things to make sure you're
Hey,
reviewing.
really quick, Grady, I know we're going long here, but one of the things that I do.
Exactly as much time as we need to get this done right.
Okay, so what I've done, again, at the beginning, I don't have a problem investing extra time and effort. So what I do is if it's an unlicensed person, in my original email has the Rogue IMO along with a couple other videos of Andrew and Mike and Mark Mead. But then I also include the steps on their specific state with the links on how to go schedule their exam. So I obviously don't have to do that every time because I've done a lot of states and I've got a template.
Sure,
So
all that stuff's actually in Exam Effects. So we want to share stuff that people can go where the answer is, that information. So that's in Exam Effects.
Well, I understand it, but it's right there, and it makes it super easy. Is the point? Because I don't give them Exam Effects. I don't give them a voucher unless they tell me they've scheduled an exam. Now you guys can do it however you want, but I'm not going to waste that money and time and effort unless they got skin in the game.
Good.
So I don't give them a voucher until they've told me their test date. So that's the way I do it.
Good.
The second thing I do is when I'm done with the call, whether they're licensed or non-licensed, I text them my Facebook page and tell them that they need to add me on Facebook so that I can get them plugged in. That usually is a huge indicator whether they're going to move forward or not. Because if they do that right away, that's a good sign.
Perfect. Thank you, Al. That's good. That's a really good tip. Get them connected to you on Facebook so you can make sure they get in the group. So for organization, Julie said some good points on organization. I have him run through this right now.
Yeah, so this is something that as you build an agency here, guys, you want to make sure you keep track of your team, because if you're not keeping track of your team, you're gonna lose a lot of stuff in the process. And so what I did from the beginning is, as I started bringing people onto my team, is just created a simple tracker. It started out on Microsoft Excel, and I eventually moved it onto Google Sheets because I realized that I need it sometimes when I'm on the road helping clients, in between things as I'm putting new people into contracting. Because at the end of the day, it's having the facts of what's happening on your team. Where are they at? Maybe you need their email, maybe you need their phone number, whatever the case may be. But it's very simple. You guys see this spreadsheet or you see this PowerPoint here, but this is the information that you want to just keep track of every time you put someone into contracting. And just create some columns, right? So put their name, their email, their phone number, what state they reside in, what comp you put them at, and who's their direct upline, right? Most cases, as you're beginning to build, you should be putting direct to you and build wide. Do not start building deep and putting together teams because you think something, right? If this is someone you met, just build them wide and then you'll start to build deep down the road. But when did you submit them into contracting, right? Did they join the Facebook group? Did they join the Slack page? Did they get in the text list? If they did all that, just put a little check mark or an X there so you know it's done, right? Are they studying? Where are they at in the process? Did they finally get a writing number? Have they bought leads? Did you complete an onboarding call? Or did they go to the national convention or the local state training event, right? Like, keeping track of where your team is at and what they're doing will also help you identify who you should be spending your time with, right? Because if you're not keeping track of it and you just remember conversations or bits and pieces of interactions, it's hard to make an objective decision, right? And so I like to look at the facts. Who's actually moving, who's actually getting writing numbers, who's actually buying leads. And just by seeing it, you're going to be able to spend time with those people, invest more time in them because they're the ones taking the action. And if you're pouring into those people that are taking the action, watch how they explode and watch what that does to your agency and its production. And I think that was one of the big things that really helped us in the month of January go from 79,000 to 189,000.
Awesome. Yeah,
100%, you guys, it'll get away from if you don't do exactly what Julius has suggested here.
Awesome. Yeah, those are crucial things, big things. Even number 3 is so important, is just getting them in part of Slack and the Facebook group and the text list. I can't tell many people have come back to us 3, 6, 9, 12, 18 months later and go, hey, I've been watching you guys in the group. It wasn't good timing for me when I first reached out, but I see you guys have done what you said you were going to do, and you keep growing and keep selling. And I'm ready to really get started now. So that Facebook group has magic powers to it, guys. So get them in that group, and then studying and keep going. So great job, Julius. Remember what your goal is: to have enough ads up and agent leads coming in to be able to be talking to potential agents whenever you are not dialing for appointments or selling. That's your goal if you want to build a big agency. That's your goal, is talking to people, having conversations, running through those 5 points, asking those challenging questions that Al caught us on, and having conversations. And then expectations. 30, 60, 90 days to begin to see results. Don't get discouraged if you're not, if you're 3 weeks into this and you don't have a team of 20 yet. Okay, they're not immediate results, but they're worth it. It takes time for people to get contracted. It takes time for them to get their writing numbers back. It takes time for the first lead order to come in. It takes time for them to go, get kicked in the teeth their first 3, 4, 5, 7 appointments. Hey, I booked an appointment tomorrow. No, Julius, I booked an appointment in 12 days, right? Right? It takes time to work through a new agent, coaching them on getting appointments set in the next 24 to 48 hours. It takes time. But if you plug enough people in, if you get enough people on the top of that funnel, enough people in that pipeline, and they come into our ecosystem, they come into our Slack, they come into the Facebook group, they get plugged in FFL America, the upside is insane on what you can create with your team, with all the people that you can create. Now, you guys, echo anything here on this sort of expectations timeline?
Well, 2 things. One, obviously there's processing time, right? You put someone into contracting, it takes the carrier's time, then the person's got to buy leads and they got to go out there. So there's an actual timeline of when you get someone contracted to when they're actually out there effectively working. And I think too, it's just kind of like with clients, this is a numbers game, guys. At the end of the day, not every person you contract is going to write. Now, our goal is to get better at that and make sure the more people get contracted right. But at the end of the day, you also can only control what you can control. So I would really encourage you to focus on your activity and what you're actually putting into it in terms of the actual amount of budget you're spending, the calls you're making, the people you're speaking to, the amount of effort and energy you're pouring into your new agents. And the better you start to do that, the faster you'll start to see results.
Amen. Al, anything?
No, I think it's great. It was a great presentation.
Awesome. Appreciate that, Al. Yeah, so just expectations, guys. So to close it out, let's grow. Reach out to us if you need anything. Get your ads up on a consistent basis. Get your agent lead orders in, and start to start putting yourself in a position to be having daily conversations with new people growing your business. And I love this simple line: if you're on the phone, you're growing your business. So Jordan, Julius, Al, thank you guys so much for jumping on and joining us. Everybody on this call, go back and watch it a couple more times. Go back to the parts that you needed clarity on. But this is the blueprint. This is the blueprint from you getting to becoming an insurance agent to a business owner. And if you follow these steps and you get some ads up and you start talking to people, getting them in contract and getting them going, there's a whole massive ocean out there waiting for you to come sail the seas on. So proud of you all. Appreciate you all. Thank you guys again for joining us. You have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.